Did you know if you drop a like and subscribe in the next 5 seconds, nothing will happen but it will put a giant smile on my face? It seems time has flown by since the start of this chapter, considering Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 1 is already 74% complete, and with that said, as you can see by the title and the thumbnail today, because of that, we have a bunch of hidden rewards, secret ones that you perhaps didn't know about that you can claim now before the live event occurs, inevitably then going straight into downtime for Chapter 3 Season 2, with there being so many to cover today that your mind will be blown by, so make sure for that reason you're sticking around and watching the full thing. Believe it or not too, they could be time sensitive, meaning there's an urgency, as then they can't be claimed after the live event, or should I say the start of next season. So with me doing you guys this huge favour of bringing all of these to your attention, one favour I ask in return, considering it takes 2 seconds and is 100% free to do, is enter code FM1 inside the Fortnite item shop. By entering code FM1, you're not only going to be putting a giant smile on my face, but also potentially cheering up my pug Gus after discovering and being kind of sad about the fact he looks like a baby Columbo. He also knows that 70% of you watching right now aren't subscribed, and speaking of subscribing, we're getting incredibly close to 2.4 million subscribers, so if everybody hits the big red button right now, we'd be there in no time. And of course, don't forget this benefits you too, as I gift different subscribers every single day here on this channel, which of course in the near future will be tons of the Chapter 3 Season 2 Battle Pass. But if you want to receive a gift now or in the future, make sure you're subscribing to the channel with all notifications turned on, and then comment your Epic Games ID down below and let me know what you'd like to receive, so perhaps in the very next video you could be gifted in front of hundreds of thousands of eyes to see. But with that said, now enough messing around, we need to dive into all the free, secret and hidden rewards you guys need to claim before the live event or Chapter 3 Season 2, so make sure of course you don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm not, I'm sitting on my
Don't go anywhere.
Just before we go any further, however, I need to thank Upstart for kindly sponsoring this video, which could be a saviour for many people. I know many people only dream of a world where they can pay off their high interest loans or credit card debt, so perhaps you have then the freedom to start the life you've always wanted, move to another city, start a new family. Well, through Upstart you can pay off your existing debt quickly with a personal loan so that you can tackle your next big financial goal. Many people slip out of being financially healthy due to credit card debt, and many people also get in the vicious cycle of it feeling like this debt never ends. Well, Upstart can help you pay off your existing debt quickly, so whether it's paying off credit cards or consolidating high interest debt or funding personal expenses, over 1 million people are already using Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. Upstart knows you're more than just a credit score, so rather than looking at your credit score alone, Upstart's model considers other factors like your income, employment and other information provided in your loan application to find you a smarter rate for your loan. And the best part perhaps about this too is you can check your rate without impacting your credit score in just 5 minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. Did I also forget to mention that you can receive the funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting said loan? So find out now how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/friendlymachine or click the link in the video description down below or in the pinned comments. Okay, so with all that out of the way now, moving on to the free rewards, I just want to quickly mention that considering 19.40 has just recently been put onto the staging servers as of last night, for those that don't know, this is the last update of Chapter 3 Season 1, meaning the last update where we're going to be getting revealed to new skins, whether it's implemented into the item shop that day or in the files, whether encrypted or decrypted, including free rewards. With that noted off by you all, of course, with the season ending on March 19th, as you can see on the Battle Pass. Speaking of the Battle Pass, first and foremost, for those that don't know, since the beginning of time in the world of Fortnite, or the beginning of the Battle Pass, should I say, in Chapter 1 Season 2, there's been a paid and free version, and as of right now, with the new revamp system to the Battle Pass of Battle Stars, the lines are kind of blurred as to what's free and what's one of the paid for items. Well, let me just clear that up very quickly, as all the items on the left hand side of each individual page are 100% free and don't require you to own the paid Battle Pass itself, whether you've bought it or had it gifted to you off another friend. As you can see on each page, there's 3 items on the left hand side, times that by 10, all 10 pages. Here are all the 30 free rewards on screen right now that you should be trying to get anyways if you haven't already. Again, before March 19th, because data miners speculate with this being a Saturday, there's going to be a live event, as live events typically do occur on this day, then going straight into a fixed amount of downtime for around 12 hours, obviously to allow hype then to form for the release of the new season updates. Another cosmetic set that's also sensitive to the season ending as well is the PlayStation Celebration Pack that currently looks like this, and the reason this one is so cool for simply having an active PlayStation Plus membership or signing on your Fortnite account on a console that has this is because, as you can see, well, we get a free skin and harvesting tool, and despite that not being a lot for a free pack, you may think. Not every celebration pack actually includes a skin, so this is definitely a good one, and considering we get one every single season that rotates throughout the PlayStation Store, it's safe to say you should not only collect all of these, and let me know if you have the most OG packs like these two in the comment section down below, but make sure to get this particular one now, because despite other starter packs and packs in general that rotate throughout the item shop that have codes to redeem if we buy them off the internet, once these are gone, they are gone for good. Speaking of your free reward collection, of course, with every season that passes too, whether it's entering a brand new chapter or just another season of said chapter, we get, as you can see what you've been seeing in the replay footage of the background, a Victory Royale umbrella. So if you haven't already gotten a standard Victory Royale in a normal mode such as solos, duos, trios or squads which grants this, instead of things like Team Rumble or other LTMs or even community made based game modes, of course an easy way of securing that Victory Royale is by playing with a brand new account on any device, as this will put you literally into a lobby full of bots. Or if you see on your friends list anybody playing on a Nintendo Switch or mobile device that obviously isn't Apple, considering it's still banned, make sure to join these people and I promise you'll have a much easier time before March 19th instead of stressing about not getting it there. If you've already done the standard things that I've mentioned so far and got all the Battle Pass rewards that you can unlock anyways whether you've paid for it or not, and of course got at least one Victory Royale this season, you may be thinking, well, I'm just waiting until the next season now or the live event to log on, and haven't perhaps claimed this wrap which Epic Games have granted us for the outages of server availability for logging onto Fortnite, as there's been so many problems recently. All of this literally stemmed from the Winterfest event, considering it was so popular Fortnite then and it's remained in popularity throughout Chapter 3 Season 1, but back then in Winterfest we got the 15th present being, well, this harvesting tool, and it seems they're doing the same thing now, considering it's kind of often that they also cover on their Twitter as to the status of the servers being up or down, that this is actually happening. Not only did this Hearts wrap obviously fit to the Valentine's Day theme, but it was actually taken just out of the game's files that was in here for over a year, since literally last Valentine's Day, so it didn't really require Epic Games to have any further effort of getting their team to create something to then give us. And from me showing you all of the unreleased cosmetics currently, you may notice things that you've perhaps seen in other videos, or just smaller cosmetics in general that you like to see, and out of all of these it's safe to say there's a lot of loading screens, more specifically being this flipped one as you can see right here, which is basically the standard loading screen for when you click Fortnite in the first place to load it up that everybody sees. Of course there's a new one of these to complement the new season with everyone that passes, and typically at the end of said season they give it to us for free, so we can select if we like to have it permanently when we're loading into a game individually as our customization. So yeah, it's safe to say we're not only going to be getting this loading screen for completely free definitely at the end of this season, but it looks like, considering there's so many in the files and they don't rotate throughout the item shop to buy for V-Bucks, Epic Games could be granting many more. One specifically that everybody has been talking about or wanting considering it includes our beloved Clombos that Epic Games initially tweeted out about, with this same loading screen artwork in this tweet by saying, yeah, if anybody eliminates any Clombos or tries to, they'll wipe out the entire of Tilted. This is literally a loading screen in the game's files now that I pulled into a reward screen form early so you guys can see what it would look like. Of course anything to do with the Clombos is amazing. I mean, we're yet to see if baby Clombos do come to the game, but this obviously is an interesting concept. And speaking of concepts, somebody's actually managed to animate this loading screen as it's currently static, and here's what that looks like. I definitely think this is the next step for Epic Games moving forward throughout the progression of Fortnite, giving us these, like, you know, animated loading screens instead of just the static ones. Speaking of loading screens and animations, however, but separately anyways, as you can see from this tweet on screen right now, before Chapter 3 Season 1 ends, the Fortnite competitive Twitter has announced everything to do with FNCS Chapter 3 Season 1, the free rewards we can earn and how to do so, from simply linking our Epic Games account to our Twitch account and then watching these drops-enabled streams that are specified that we can earn these free rewards on for watching around 30 minutes of the broadcast. And despite, yes, this including a loading screen as previously mentioned, not only that, but even reminding us about the fact that the Axe of Champions is up for grabs too as a free reward. Believe it or not, despite the free rewards that we can earn off of here, obviously on our reward screen when we've watched a certain amount of time on Twitch-enabled drop streams, as you can see, data miners have been talking about the fact that there's more emoticons that are just on here rather than the FNCS one on the image itself that actually correlate to FNCS, one of which, as you can see from me pulling them into game early on a reward screen, includes an animated Peely sticker, which I'm guessing, considering it's Peely, as Peely and Fishstick are the most desired characters or most memed or notoriously kind of funny in Fortnite, everybody would want this. Next up in terms of free rewards, hinting towards something perhaps about this chapter and even the storyline progression, is this lobby track called Lobby Classic that, believe it or not, we just randomly get for logging on the next time you do if you haven't already got it for whatever reason, which, as you can see, is a gift from Epic Games. games. The interesting thing about this more specifically, despite it giving us a nostalgic vibe to play or equip as our lobby track, is the fact that it says press play and revisit Chapter 1, and with so many correlations to Chapter 1 in terms of a live event that could be reappearing or re-happening, with not only the Mecha team leader arm from the Final Showdown in Chapter 1 Season 9 being on the outskirts of our ocean, but the same Devourer monster's skull structure, as we can tell from the hole in its skull where the sword went through in Chapter 1 Season 9 again, being on the outskirts of Tilted. Is this implying a Final Showdown V2, and if so, are we going to be getting any free rewards surrounding this, despite just a flip loading screen that we'll get beforehand before we do enter this new season of Chapter 3 Season 2? If this is the case, or if Epic Games haven't fully decided on what that should be right now, please let it be another member of the 7 as a free skin. For those that don't know, despite the usual, the Visitor, the Scientist, the Paradigm and the Foundation being the 4 that are currently revealed in our Fortnite universe anyways, based off the statues at the Sanctuary name location, which is the hub of the 7 anyways, that the Foundation actually demands as a mythic boss, each one resembles a member, and from digging into the coding we've determined this from not only the older characters, but new upcoming ones for the remaining 3, being firstly the Origin and then the 2 sisters, being the same sisters that the Foundation referenced in the Chapter 2 Season 6 cinematic trailer. From knowing these names and then taking a look at the Fortnite surveys of unreleased skins or concepts in early form that they plan to release, as you can see, this one with the visor over definitely looks like it could be the Origin, and with 2 similar looking female characters next to it, could these be the sisters? In my opinion, there's something about the Origin that screams he's definitely one of the most important characters of the 7, perhaps even more high up or important than the Foundation even being the leader, and furthermore, it's definitely likely we see the appearance of one, if not all, of these remaining 7 characters that we've never seen in the Chapter 3 Season 1 live event. But what would be insanely cool is if we get one as a free skin, or to get for a limited time throughout the item shop like the Paradigm in Chapter 1 Season X, but in Chapter 3 Season 1 for this live event, whatever it may be. A free reward that thankfully isn't time sensitive to any season anyways, and literally will be available forever as soon as you get that Victory Royale for the first time, and no, I'm not talking about the umbrella, is this one, obviously, that shows when performing it how many Victory Royales we've actually gotten since, well, obtaining it for the first time. Victory Crowns, for those that don't know, have recently just been introduced in Chapter 3 Season 1, and it's safe to say, yeah, they're going to be staying, considering players seem to like the flex feature, but not only that, knowing on the kill feed, well, who has actually won their most recent games. So don't stress about a Victory Royale in this regard, but what you should perhaps be stressing about if you haven't already grinded all of the Haven masks, and not only all of these, considering there's so many that won't be available after the season ends. As you can see in reward screen form, here are all of them right now that I've sped up very quickly. But of course, as we briefly mentioned, the 7, yep, the Foundation is literally the unlockable skin this season that's available 50% through its progression like we see every single time a new season releases. I think most people will have already unlocked this guy right now if they have the battle pass or capability to do so, considering we've known about this character since Chapter 2 Season 6's cinematic trailer. But in case you haven't, yes, don't forget there's not only one page of rewards to unlock the skin in itself, but a second page full of other bonus rewards that we didn't know about until the skin released. As for something that's more limited time, of course, you guys will have noticed throughout the item shop we have a ton of NBA based skins which are very cool, and make sure if you happen to pick these up or anything else using code FM1 of course. But despite the paid for stuff, obviously there's a free reward in terms of not only XP being able to be earned for sinking baskets in the creative hub, but as Fortnite also mentioned in this article that they published on their official verified Twitter, this particular spray. And with that being all today, to store this video so you don't forget any of the free rewards in somewhere memorable, slap a like in the video down below, save it to the like playlist, and make sure of course you're subscribing to the channel with all notifications turned on so that you don't miss any future uploads. And speaking of other videos or other uploads, make sure to click or interact with anything on screen right now, but most importantly, hopefully I can catch you, yes, you the individual still watching, I can see ya, but hopefully in that very next video I do post on the channel.